Let's go ahead and grab the math binders and a calculator.
I'll do the calculator.
Thank you. Thank you, Landon. Let's see that.
Alright, Landon's already got one.
Yeah, Landon's already got one. You want to get one for Asher?
Is Asher coming?
Yeah. He's in his class. He's coming. Unless he's not here.
Does he sit in any spot?
He sits over there by Landon.
Alright. Yeah, I gotta do it. Alright, then I'm guessing this paper belongs to Asher right here. Right?
Yep.
And if I'm right, this must be Asher's.
Yep.
Is Asher's the house? Yes. We'll see.
I think it's his. Alright, so I know we've been talking about multi-step equations for quite a while, but we still got a few more pages of notes, so these should be pretty easy for you all because you've been practicing with them
What
a
is
whole
it?
bunch.
These are the last two.
With multi-step equations, we've still got a few more to go through, but I feel like we can fly through this pretty quickly because we've been working on it for the past week. So, do we remember, I know it's been a minute, do we remember the steps to solve?
Nope, because I was in the NTI day.
Yeah, NTI day. What's our first step? It's distribute, yes. We're gonna go ahead and put a 1.
I wouldn't have known if I didn't have to deal with this classroom.
They combine my terms.
Or if I didn't have to fall asleep on the bus. Or get beat up by my own dog.
Combine like terms, so I'll let y'all get caught up with that. So our first step is always to distribute if it's necessary. So that means pretty much if we've got parentheses, we can kind of call it out and say we're going to have to distribute.
You had to distribute a lot on the egg.
Exactly. And then the second step is to combine like terms. So if, like you've got, for example, on where number 1
Or
looks
how
like
do you
you've got,
spell distribute? I'm sorry for interrupting.
it is D-I-S-T-R-I-B-U-T-E.
Thank you.
No problem. And then combining like terms would be like combining 5y and 3y like we were going to do in number 1. And then -8 plus 12. Like that's combining those two terms together.
What are you? Sea monster?
Pringle monster.
Wait, what?
I bet if the Pringle made their own civilization, the first thing they saw was a giant Lucas taking it all.
Wait. What? So on this one, we actually have an
They did
additional
this
step
many years
before
ago.
we solve. We have 4 steps this time. Last time we had 3 because it was all on one side, right? Now we have 2 different sides. So our third step is to move variables to one side.
There's this one thing I only remembered about seeing my first Pringle commercial that my dad showed me. It was about a monster that ate a lot of Pringles, and it looked so terrifying.
And then our last step is obviously to solve it.
I never got out of my bed for a week after that. But it was an old commercial. It's like around not long when the Pringles came out.
Yeah, like a long time ago.
Yeah. It was so terrifying looking. How terrifying they look than they are in the in real life. Like the Godzilla costumes are way scarier than the movie we see.
So let's make sure we're writing these steps down.
I am.
Okay. Just make sure, Lucas, do you need a pencil? Do you have a pencil?
This is not Lucas anymore. I believe Lucas has turned into something.
I did.
Thank you, Castriot. Just want to make sure we have at least these steps down, so.
Yeah. Lucas, you see? I'm writing this ugly word that says combined like terms.
We'll
How
write it down
scary
later.
that is. See, I know words look scary, but if you just give it a chance, you might do better. Or you can maybe go on TikTok and beat up the words if you want to, or the numbers, whatever these weird things are. Just don't care. Just don't get mad at me if you get a black eye.
And if we don't get it written down, it's okay. I'll have the papers, so if you need them, we'll get it written down at some point. We'll leave them up there for ones that are still working. But I'm going to move to problem number 1. So problem number 1 is 5y minus 8 equals 3y plus 12. So let's look at our steps to solve. What's our first step?
Distribute.
Distribute if necessary. Does it look like we need to distribute? No, there's no parentheses, right? Okay, so we can just check off that step, move on to the next one. Combine like terms. Let's look at the 5y minus 8. Does that have any common terms that we can combine
They
together?
don't have a Y.
The 8 doesn't have a y, but the 5 does, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how about on the other side? Can we combine any terms on that side?
8 and 12.
Well, that would be move variables to one side. So do we have any of the same terms on one side? So we're not like having to subtract 12 and then subtract another number where we can just combine them together to make it a little easier. So for this problem, we skip step 1 and 2 and move straight to step 3 where we start moving the variables to one side. So we're going to move 3y to this side. Does anyone remember how we're going to do it? Subtract by 3y on both sides. And then if I'm moving my 3y over here, I have to move this 8 to the other side, right? So how am I going to get rid of this minus 8? Add 8, okay. So what is 5 minus 3?
Okay.
You got a cash for
Can
that?
I use the restroom?
Yep, you can use restroom.
5 minus 3. I think it's 2.
2y, right?
Yeah.
And then can anyone tell me what 12 plus 8 is? 20? Yep. So now we should have 2y equals 20. So I heard Landon say it. Castriot, do you know what we're supposed to do? To get that y now by itself, we got to get that y. So we got to get rid of that 2. Remember, it's multiplied, right?
Oh, yeah.
So how are we going to get rid of a multiplication problem?
Line.
What's the opposite of it?
Addition.
Not addition. Addition is kind of like multiplication. We've got to divide, right?
Yeah.
So we got to get rid of that 2 by dividing.
Yes.
Can you tell me what 20 divided by 2 is, Castriot?
What?
20 divided by 2.
I think it's 10.
You think it's 10 or do you know it's 10?
I know it's
You
10.
know it's 10. Alright, and that's our answer. Y equals 10. You can go ahead and box your answer up, just so we know we got the right answer. So for number 2, I have negative 6x plus 14 equals 12 minus 8x. So our first step is distribute if necessary. Are we distributing in this problem? No. Do we need to combine like terms on this problem? Not yet, right? Okay. So we just got to go ahead and moving variables to one side. So we'll add 8x on both sides, and then we'll subtract 14 on both sides. So I'll give you all a second to get that written down. Kashria, can you tell me what negative 6 plus 8 is?
I think it's 2.
2? 2x, right?
Yes.
Okay, Landon. What's 12 minus 14? Negative 2? Yep. So now we should have 2x equals negative 2. So now we have to divide, right, Pastor Ott?
Yeah.
Okay. And what is negative 2 divided by 2?
Negative 1.
Negative 1? Yep. Go ahead, box our answer. Alright, so number 3 is 7k equals 3k minus 36. Are we distributing in this problem? No, we don't have parentheses, right? Are we combining like terms in this problem? Are there any on the same side of the equal sign? On the same side? No. Right. So now we gotta go skip steps 1 and 2 and go right to number 3. So we've got to get rid of this 3k because we already have 36. It'd kind of be silly to do 2 steps where we could just do 1 and make it a little easier on us. So I'm going to subtract this 3k from both sides. So now it should be 4k equals negative 36. So now we have to divide it by 4 on both sides. What is negative 36 divided by 4? Negative 9. So our answer should be k equals negative 9. Number 4, we have 12 minus 2u equals 9u plus 45. So we, like I said before, we don't got any parentheses. We can just go ahead and skip that distribute step. And combining like terms, there's none on the same side yet. So we kind of just skip that step as well. So now we just going on to move variables to one side.
Right.
So I think this time I'm gonna move
Good.
the u to this side. So that means I'll have to move the 45 over to this side. So what is 9 plus 2? 11. Yep. And then what is 12 minus 45? We know it's going to be negative, right? Because the bottom number is larger than the top number. So I already know it's going to be a negative number.
What goes after 45 on negative 45 on this? Plus what?
It'll be 2u plus 2u. So does anybody know what 12 minus 45 is? Negative 33 is right. Hey Isaac, I'm coming to you. How am I going to get that u by itself?
Why subtracting?
Not by subtracting. Remember, it's multiplying, right?
Why
So
dividing?
dividing, yes. So what is negative 33 divided by 11? Negative 3 is right. So it should be u equals negative 3. Alright, so then problem number 5 is 11 minus m equals 51 minus 6m. Can anyone tell me what that minus m is again? I know it's been a minute. 1, right? So that's negative 1m. Okay, just making sure that we knew that. So which side do I want to move the m to? Do I want to move the 6 or do I want to move the 1? Do we want to deal with a negative number or a positive number? Positive? Okay. So we'll have to move the 6. Okay. So if I'm moving the 6 from this side, it means I have to move that 11 to over here. So what's negative 1 plus 6?
Huh?
Negative 1 plus 6.
5.
5, right? Yep. So we got 5m. Then what is 51 minus 11? Lucas, do you know what 51 minus 11 is? 40? Yep, you're right, it is 40. So now we have 5m equals 40. So now I gotta divide to get this m by itself. So what is 40 divided by 5? 8. Yep. So our answer is m equals 8.
Wait for me.
You're good.
Yeah.
Alright. Now number 6 is negative 10k plus 1 equals 40 minus 7k. Asher, do we have any parentheses in the problem? For number 6. No, so that means we just get to skip the first step. Because we don't have any parentheses, we're not distributing nothing. And then combining like terms, do we have any same terms on one side? So if I'm looking at negative 10k plus 1, do I have any of the same terms? No. So we get to skip step 2 once again. So now we're back on to step 3, moving the variables to one side. So what we'll do is we'll add 10k and then we'll have to subtract 40. So what's negative 7 plus 10? 3. So that leaves us with 3k. And what is 1 minus 40? 39? Yep. But it's negative 39. Same thing, yeah. Alright. So, now we gotta divide, right? Because I have negative 39 equals 3k. Would we agree with that I have to divide?
Yeah.
Yep. I got 1 yes. Castrat, do you agree that we would have to divide to get k by itself?
Yes.
Lucas, do you agree? That I would have to divide by 3 to get k by itself? Yeah? Alright, well I've got 3, so majority rules. So what is negative 39 divided by 3?
Negative 13.
Negative 13 is right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Alright. Once we get all of this written down, I'll flip the page to the back. Isaac, did you get it written down?
Yep.
Right, Lucas, did you get your answers written down? Castrat, did you get it written down?
Yeah, I did.
Asher, are you caught up? Awesome. Did you get it written down, Lucas? Now we'll move on to the back side now. So number 7, I have 15 minus 5. Then I have a parenthesis 4c minus 7. Then we're closing the parentheses equals 50. So Asher, I'm coming back to you. Do I got parentheses in this problem now? For number 7.
We on this page?
Yep.
Do you have to do the writing thing?
No.
What? After this part, can we take a break?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So that means we got to distribute, right?
Yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and draw our arrows. So we got -5 going to 4c, and then -5 going to -7. Okay. So what is -5 times 4? Isaac, do you know what that is?
Negative 5.
-5 times 4.
Okay, here. Negative 5 times 4.
Mm-hmm.
That looks different than ours.
Is it different than it?
I have 3.
Alright.
What's your paper say, Isaac, on the first problem?
3.
3? Well, okay.
6p minus 1 equals 11p equals minus 4, 5.
So like that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I told you the wrong problem, Isaac. Don't get me. It is, will you tell me, Isaac, what 3 times 6 is actually?
3 times 6?
Yep.
3 times 6 equals 18.
18. Alright. And then with 6p, so that means we just gotta put p right beside it. And what's 3 times -1?
I know. 3 times -1.
Mm-hmm.
Weight times -1. 3 times -1.
Yep.
Equals -3.
-3. Alright. Alright. Do I have to combine any like terms?
No, I don't know.
Do I have any of the same terms on the
No.
same side?
No.
Nope. So that means I kind of get to skip step 2 again. Alright, so now we're going to get rid of 11p over on this side. So if I get... So I'm subtracting 11p to both sides, and I'm adding 3 to both sides. So 18 minus 11 is 7p. Negative 45 plus 3 is negative 42. Okay. So now I should have 7p equals negative 42. So now I have to divide, right? Once again. So, what is negative 42 divided by 7? Negative 6 is right. So it'll be p equals negative 6.
How many Pringles you got, man? I bet if I open that up, there's a bunch of Pringles. How many do you got?
Whoever
you those things must spoil you a lot.
That's it.
I know.
So you better not touch his lunchbox.
You know, things can rot your brain, you know. And it's true, Pringles can rot your brain a lot. Seen some people on YouTube that have had sickness from eating too much of those things.
Alright. So let's get right back in.
Junk ain't good for your head at all. It can rot it really easily.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason I barely eat a lot of Pringles, because those things can rot your brain a lot.
Yeah. Okay. So for number 8, just by looking at it, are we gonna have to distribute? So maybe let's just go ahead and distribute. Make it a little easier on us. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and distribute first, make it easier. We see we got parentheses, so that tells us we need to distribute. So, what is 2 times 4? Castro, do you know what 2 times 4 is?
I think it's 8.
8. So it'll be 8W. What's 2 times negative 1? Negative 2 is right. So let's just go ahead and do the other one then real quick. What's negative 10 times 1? Negative 10. And what's negative 10 times negative 3? Remember, what's a negative times a negative equal? Positive, so it'd be positive 30.
I'm assuming it's 30.
And then we can't forget our little plus 4 over on the side.
I need to pull up a video for you to look at to show you what happens when people eat too much junk.
Okay.
No, like junk, period. Pringles and chips are junk.
Mm-hmm. So our new problem is now 8W minus 2 equals 10 minus negative 10W plus 30 plus 4. Do I have any terms that I get to combine?
Yes.
Yes, right? What terms are they?
10, negative 10, and 8.
On the same side. I'm looking at the same sides right now still.
No,
I've not started moving variables. None? Are you sure?
Patrick,
What about this 30 plus 4?
yeah.
So I would combine those two to give me 34.
I don't know how it fits all that in his lunch box.
So now our new problem
The next time I open his closet, I bet there's gonna be a lot of single cans falling out of the closet everywhere.
is 8W minus 2 equals negative 10W plus 34. So to make it a little easier and not make it keep it a negative, we're gonna add the 10 to make it a positive. So we're gonna add 10 to both sides,
And then add 2.
and then we're gonna add 2 to both sides.
Why?
Because it's night time. There's a person that meet is behind the block of it.
Oh, I know that theory.
Yeah, but
Is it Ronald McDonald?
well, what it is, but the person is supposed to drink thing.
So-
I see.
So what is 8 plus 10?
I think I
18.
I
18W.
think I know what he's saying.
Lucas,
there's a McDonald's that had an old Ronald McDonald statue that was retired and was falling apart, and they threw it in the trash can. And people are thinking that it's alive because it like tilted, and I'm just guessing it's maybe tilting because of the trash. It's probably weak. And yeah,
Who knows? Alright, so then what is 34 plus 2?
36.
36? Yep. And then we divide by 18.
Answer is 6.
There's a person behind
I meant 2.
the garbage.
let me tell you, there's a person I know at night that works at McDonald's, and his job is to make sure everybody's out of the restaurant, and his job is to take out trash.
Alright. So our answer is W equals 2. So let's make sure we have all of our steps written down.
What the heck is that? It sounds like somebody
I
screaming.
think it's the construction.
Does that sound like somebody screaming a little bit?
Well, they're working on art right now.
Mhm.
Go like this. Look. Like. You go. It's a rental car.
Ooh.
I know.
You go it. It's just running late. And still one. And it's behind.
Yeah, there's some people that don't like
Hey,
McDonald's.
Pastor,
because
do you have that written down up
how
there?
harmful
Before we move on.
And,
You're good.
and I think
You're
what
good.
we're seeing is like one of people I know that works at McDonald's. His job is to stay there at McDonald's at night to make sure everything's cleaned up for tomorrow. Then his job is to take out the trash. So maybe that's who they're seeing.
Maybe.
Yeah, don't worry. Or it could be some people that are just trying to shut down McDonald's because of the bad ingredients they're using, like the dye and all that trash.
Huh?
Hey, Isaac. One person is behind the garbage. Is it one of McDonald or someone else?
Yeah, don't worry. Buddy, just please. I've seen this many times before. Believe me. Last time I heard that Burger King said that McDonald's burgers are made from humans.
Mm.
It was the nastiest story, but but I didn't believe it. I thought it was crap. I thought it was. Just
You got it?
because
Did you get it written
Burger
down?
King's mad because the
Lucas,
McDonald's gets more
did you get your answer written
customers
down?
than Burger King. So I think what they're trying to do is just sue McDonald's for no reason.
Mhm.
I
It was
see
really true. Back
Well-
in the day, Wendy's, Chili, remember they found a finger?
I remember that.
Stop,
You
no.
don't remember that?
I heard that. On
I do. I remember they found one recently too.
They found one recently?
They found one recently. With it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was like all over.
It's probably a guy that probably got his hand decapitated or something, like cut off on accident maybe. Because some people do like to go in the garbage.
Sometimes it happens as an
Yeah,
accident, right?
maybe his hand got like chopped off when he was getting out when the lid fell.
Oh yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that will live behind restaurants and scavenge.
Yeah.
So it was probably just a human that got hurt. Was there more blood?
Oh, I don't know.
Hey,